So welcome back to some Action PC Football, High School El Paso. In here we have Canotillo visiting Riverside. We're going to be playing at the Tom Work Riverfront Field. It's 95 degrees, clear skies, and we have about 0 to 5 miles per hour. So to start the game, the Eagles are going to be kicking off. So here we go. It's a return that goes back all the way to the 33. That was Fernie de la Rosa, and that was going to be tackled by Daniel Ramirez. So it's first and 10 here for Canotillo, and they're about to set up here for the first play. Looks like off tackle right. That was Tim Vasquez, the quarterback. Hand off to Brandon Reed. That's going to be for a gain of 5. So take a look here at the Canotillo Eagles. Team Vasquez is going to be number 10, the quarterback. In the backfield, we have number 1, the running back, Fernie de la Rosa. Number 1, Brandon Reed. For the O-line, we're going to have Luis Armendariz with the 78 jersey. Next to him, Chris Mendoza, the guard, 62. Center, 74, Ernie Esquivel. Number 62, Mark Gutierrez. And the tackle, number 77, Noel Dorado. So second and 5, we're getting ready for the next play. Hand off to the running back, and looks like he captured that first down. It was a 6-yard gain. Trap left by Brandon Reed. Tackled by Ray Gallegos. So that'll give him a fresh set of downs, and it's first and 10. Toss right, and he's tackled by Andy, but there's also a flag on the field.
Personal foul. Offense, number 21, 15-yard penalty.
All right, that's going to be 15 yards all the way back to their own 29, first and 25. Let's look at the defensive line here for Riverside Rangers. So it's Joe Robles on the right defensive end position. Number 71, Gus Munoz. 81, Mike Montano. And the other defensive end, number 34, Leo Baca. So first and 25, here comes the play. Quick pass, and he connects with his wide receiver. Good pass by Tim Vasquez. That was caught by Jonathan Bryant. So it's 15 yards, tackled by Joey Cifuentes. Wide receivers for the Eagles are going to be Josue de la Rosa, number 21, number 5, Jonathan Bryant, and tight end Alfredo Grajeda. Second and 10 at their own 44. Looks like another shotgun position. He passes again connects this time to the tight end, Alfredo Grajeda. He's going to gain 12, and another Eagles first down. Now at the Rangers 44-yard line, first and 10. He's gone. He's going. Finally tackled by Justin Lopez. That was a great run by the quarterback, Tim Vasquez. He couldn't find a receiver and decided to run it on his own, which was a good option for him, and that gave him 29 yards. So it's first and 10, but now at the Rangers 15-yard line. He passes to the tight end, and that's going to be touchdown Alfredo Grajeda. So that puts 6 on the board, and here comes the extra point. That is good. Canotillo Eagles are leading 7-0 here in the first quarter, about 8 minutes remaining, and Riverside's getting ready to return the ball. It's caught around the 15, and he takes it back to about their own 24. A return of 10, tackled made by Hector Lopez, and the kick returner was Justin Lopez. All right, so for Riverside, starting quarterback number 11 is going to be Aaron Gutierrez. In the backfield is going to be Johnny Sanchez and number 25, Leo Diaz. Here comes the first play of the game. He connects to the wide receiver for a first down. That was caught by Andy Gabaldon for a gain of 15. Alright, so we're getting ready here for the next play. This is Riverside, 1st and 10 on their own 39. There's a penalty on that play.
Grabbing the face mask. Defense. Number 50. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
That's going to be a Mark Naudin. That's 15 yards. So the Riverside Rangers get a break on here. So now they're starting at the opposite side, 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for Riverside. It's a quarterback keeper, and he's going to gain about 9 yards. That was Drew Norris. Finally pulls him down after the 9-yard gain. So now they're starting at the 37-yard line. Let's take a look at Riverside Rangers wide receivers. It's number 8, Peter Carrion, and also number 4, Andy Gabaldon. And their tight end, number 20, Eddie Gonzalez. 2nd, and they only need a 1 for a first down. Looks like a pass. It's deep, and he's open. That's going to be for a touchdown. Andy Gabaldon. After a great catch, here comes the extra point, and that's going to tie it up here at the Tom Work Riverfront Stadium, 7-7. So now getting to return and to respond will be Ganotillo, who's bringing the ball back and going to be starting at their own 30. There was a return of 18 yards by Carlos Jaime. Kick was from Eddie Gonzalez. So now it's 1st and 10. Looks like a running back sweep. That was Brandon Reed for 6 yards. Finally tackled by Israel Hall. We take a look here at the cornerbacks for Riverside. It's going to be Andy Zamora, the other corner, Joy Cifuentes, and the safety is going to be Justin Lopez and Tresmon Herdon. 2nd and 4. Here comes the play. Looks like a sack, but also a penalty.
Encroachment defense. Number 34, 5-yard penalty.
That's going to be on the defense, so no sack. It's going to be 1st and 10 at their own 41. Quarterback keeper down the middle. He's going to get plenty for a first down and much more. That was Team Vasquez for a gain of 18. Finally brought down, or no, he slid down at the 41. Great play by the quarterback, which makes it a 1st and 10. This time again, Leo Vaca goes for the sack, but this time it will count. The Eagles are going to lose 5 yards on that play, so it's going to be 2nd and 15. That was a good pass and caught by Josue de la Rosa. And that's Josue de la Rosa's first catch, and that was good for 18 yards. Andy Zamora pushed him out at the Riverside 28-yard line. Looks like another pass intended for Josue de la Rosa, but this time it was incomplete. Great coverage by Andy Zamora, which makes it now 2nd and 10. A pass connects again to the tight end. That'll be his 2nd touchdown, Alfredo Grajeda. So after this point, if it goes through, it is now Ganotillo Eagles 14 and Riverside Rangers trailing 7. Riverside brings it back. Stopped at the 29-yard line. That was Joey Cifuentes, and the kick was from Drew Norris. So Riverside on here to respond after that touchdown at their own 29. He gets a lot of yards. The quarterback run, Aaron Gutierrez. They're going to mark that at the 49. And let's get Aaron Gutierrez a credit for 22 yards. Here comes the next play. Again, he tries to run, but this time he's tackled by Mark Nauden. And that's only a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 for Riverside. It's a handoff through the middle. He's going to get plenty of yards for a first down. That was Johnny Sanchez. Johnny first touch goes for 11 yards. Tackle was made by Mike Garcia. 1st and 10. That'll make the completion of the first quarter. We're moving on to the second quarter. Tight game here. Canutillo leads 14 and Riverside 7. 1st and 10 here for Riverside. Moving on to their next play.
False start. Offense. Number 65, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
That was on the center, Luis Alvarez. So they're going to get pulled back 5 yards. 1st and 15 on the Canutillo's 42-yard line. Tries to make another play, but Alex Rodriguez is there to make the stop. That's going to be a gain of 1. So now it's 2nd and 14. Another run, this time a successful one down the middle for a gain of 15. And it's enough. The refs say it's enough for a first down. So now they're at the 26-yard line and ready to respond and tie this game. Andrew Lopez comes in for the sack. That's going to be a loss of 7. That's going to put them back at the 33 for a 2nd and 17. Good penetration on there by Andrew Lopez. Another flag.
False start. Offense. Number 77, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
This time on the guard, Matt Lomeli. So that's going to bring them way back for a 2nd and 22. Passing connects to the wide receiver. That was Andy Gabaldon. And that is Andy's 3rd reception for 67 yards for this game. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Hoping for a first down here. Riverside is looking, taking his time. He throws. He gets his. He does get to Leo Diaz, but it's not gonna be enough for a first down. So that's gonna bring a 4th and 4th. Let's see if coach decides to kick it or run it or pass it. So the offense stays on the field. They're gonna go for it. Defense is getting prepared. Here comes the play. Looking. Passes to the... Passes, and that's caught for a touchdown. That was Aaron Gutierrez downfield to Peter Carrion. While waiting for the extra point to see if it ties the game. It does. We have a tie game here in the second quarter. A good game. Eagles 14, Rangers 14. Here comes the kick by Riverside. And we have the return starting here at the 28-yard line. That was tackled by Ray Gallegos. 13-yard return by the running back Brandon Reed. And 1st and 10. Looks like a delay handoff down the middle of the field, but a flag.
Holding. Offense. Number 5, 10-yard penalty.
That's number 5, the wide receiver. And unfortunately, they have to go back to their 18. First and 20 here for Canutillo. Hands off to the running back, and again we see a flag.
Holding offense, number 78.
This time on the tackle, Luis Armendariz. So now they're in a critical position here on first and 29, all the way on their own 9. Passes to the tight end, and he connects. That's going to be a gain of 13. So that'll be second and 16. Looking for his receiver, and he does find him. That was caught by Jonathan Bryant. Gain for 13. A little bit short of the first down, but it is a 3rd and 3. So coach for the Canutillo Eagles is Scott Brooks. He's giving the play here to give him a first down. Here it is. Passing. And it's caught. He beats the defender. That was caught by Josue de la Rosa for 19 yards. Brought down by Andy Zamora. So they were once at first and 29, I believe. They really convert on this first down, and now starting at the opposite side, 46-yard line. That is a tackle by Ray Gallegos. Quarterback couldn't find anybody free. Ran forward to avoid the sack, but was not enough. So it's 2nd and 14 now here for the Eagles. Interception. He's going back at the 25-30. That was Joey Cifuentes, the defensive back. They caught on to the quarterback, and that was an unfortunate interception because now Riverside has it at the Eagles' 27-yard line. Great interception, great defensive play. 1st and 10 here for Riverside. Looks like a pass all the way to the end zone. But Carlos Jaime drills him as he was trying to catch it. So Andy Gabaldon is going to be given a drop on there. So 2nd and 10 now. Quarterback Aaron Gutierrez gets the call and ready for the snap. Aaron Gutierrez runs it himself for a gain of 7. So that'll make it 3rd and 3. Riverside getting close here to the end zone. On the 20. Give it to the running back. He'll give you a first down. That was Johnny Sanchez. Gain of 9. And another 1st and 10. The Canutillo defense took a timeout. They're going to regroup. And here we go again on a 1st and 10. Riverside with possession of the ball. Handoff to the running back. He's going to gain about 3. That was Leo Diaz on a trap left. Tackled by Sonny Garcia. 2nd and 7. He's back looking for a receiver. That's complete. Pierre Carrion, who walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Riverside. Extra point coming up. It's successful. So we have Riverside leading now 21 and Canutillo 14. Canutillo waiting for the ball. It's a short kick, and he's getting plenty of room. They're gonna have great position on here at the Riverside 47. Great return by Fernie de la Rosa. Finally tripped up by Tresmon Herden. That's going to be a return of 30 yards. First and 10. Looks like an off-tackle right, which gains 8 yards, and that was Brandon Reed. Daniel Ramirez gets credit for the tackle. So 2nd and 2. We got about 2 minutes remaining here on the second quarter. We have a shotgun. Looking for his receiver. He's throwing. Looks like it's deep, but it's going to be deflected and then intercepted. That was another great play here by the defensive backs. It's going to be Justin Lopez with the interception. That's his first of the year. He returned it for 22. So now Riverside takes over again here at their own 46. Aaron Gutierrez with a long pass to the receiver, Andy Gabaldon. He's going to pick up 20 yards. They're now here at the Canutillos 34-yard line. Looks like another pass. Again completed to Peter Carrion. Tackled by Jorge Sanchez. Pushed out of bounds after 9 yards. 2nd and 1 with 49 seconds remaining. He keeps it himself and he's going to run enough for a first down. 7 yards by Mike Rodriguez, the quarterback. Tackled by Mike Garcia. Riverside is getting the call here for a timeout. That's going to stop the clock at 40 seconds. And now they're getting ready to run their first play after the timeout. They're at the Canutillos 18-yard line. Pass down the middle, but Leo Diaz is there, but he drops it. I believe that's his second drop of the game, if I'm not mistaken. But that brings down the clock to 30 seconds, and Riverside here on a 2nd and 10. Another pass, looking. No, he doesn't have anybody free. Decides to run, but is tackled by Aaron Martinez after a gain of 1. The coach for Riverside is asking for another timeout. So now we have 21 seconds remaining, and it's a 3rd and 9. Here comes the next play. He's trying to go to the receiver, Andy Gabaldon with room, and that's going to be touchdown. Andy. For the day, Andy Gabaldon. That was his 5th reception for 104 yards. Give him credit for his 2nd touchdown. So now here comes the extra point. And it's far left. It's not going to be good, but Riverside increases their lead. 27 and Canutillo 14. We got about 8 seconds remaining here. We'll see if they have enough time after the kickoff return. And no, they don't. That's going to be the end of the first half. So welcome back to the 3rd quarter, and we have the Rangers leading 27-14. So Canutillo is going to be kicking off since they received. And here comes the kickoff return by Riverside. That's going to be Joyce Fuentes on the return. 13-yard. That's going to be a 13-yard return, tackled by Aaron Martinez, and kick was from Drew Norris. So Riverside leading the game on here, 27-14. We're going to start at their own 26. Looks like a trap left. Johnny Sanchez only gains 2. Tackle made by Aaron Martinez, so that'll be 2nd and 8. Aaron Gutierrez pulls back. Quick pass to Andy Gabaldon for a first down, and that is Andy Gabaldon's sixth reception for 114 yards today. First and 10 Riverside. Again, he goes down the middle and completes to his wide receiver, Peter Carrion. Tackle made by Jorge Sanchez after a gain of 18. Riverside now on Canutillo's 44. A pass. Again, these wide receivers are unstoppable today. That was Andy Gabaldon for his 7th reception of the day. Let's also give credit to the quarterback who's showing good arms, and of course the offensive line who are giving him enough time for those passes. So it's first and 10 Riverside on Canutillo's 27-yard line. Short pass down the middle. He avoids a blitz. This time it's going to be to Johnny Sanchez for an 8-yard gain. Tackle made by Eddie Rascon. Second and 2, Riverside. A delay handoff. He has room. He takes it all the way for a touchdown. Couple of missed tackles. That was Leo Diaz. That was Leo's second touch of the day. That goes for 6 points. So now we have the Riverside Rangers 34 and Canutillo Eagles 14. Comes a return from Canutillo. Pretty decent return for 28 yards. Fernie de la Rosa brought down by Andy Zamora. So they start here at their own 39. They're going with an extra wide receiver, which is David Sierra. And that's going to be incomplete. That was good coverage here by the Rangers. So that's going to make a second and 10. And again, they're in a shotgun position. This time, he does connect to his wide receiver. That was a medium cross to David Sierra, the new receiver we saw in there. He was finally nailed down by Andy Zamora. So it's first and 10 for Canutillo on Riverside's 38-yard line. Looking for a short pass. It's incomplete. So that'll bring down second and 10. That was Team Vasquez with a bullet. Getting rid of it, and that is caught by Josue de la Rosa. And that was a gain of 6. So Canutillo looking to get a first down on here. They only need 4 yards. It's not going to happen because Joe Robles is there for the sack. He beat his offensive lineman and blindsided Joe Robles. That's going to be a loss of 7 for Canutillo. So it's 4th and 11. They're bringing in the punt team. And here comes the punt. Looks like he goes out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So now the offensive team here for Riverside are starting at their own 15 with about 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Quick pass, which is completed to Andy Gabaldon for a gain of 8. Second and short here for Riverside. The quarterback keeps it himself, runs a bootleg, and he has enough yards for a first down. Tackle made by Eddie Rascon, and Riverside gets a fresh set of downs here at their own 28. Here comes the running back, but Alex Rodriguez is there and prepared for a no gain. So that'll be 2nd and 10 here for Riverside. Pulls back, throws, and that's a successful catch by Peter Carrion for 17 yards. That That was his 5th reception of the game, and he now has 72 yards. Erin Gutierrez is 15 out of 17 for 222 yards. So it'll be 1st and 10. Trap left to the running back, Johnny Sanchez, but is only going to pick up 3. Tackled by Sonny Garcia. 2nd and 7. Quick pass enough for a 1st down. Jorge Sanchez with the tackle, but after a gain of 9 by Peter Carrion. So now 1st and 10. Again, he throws down the middle and he connects to Andy Gabaldon, who's having a great day. 9 catches, 150 yards for him, and 2 touchdowns. So Riverside here at the 27-yard line on a 1st and 10. This goes to the running back, who does not have enough room to cut north, and that's going to be tackled by Mike Garcia. So it'll be a 2nd and 10. But that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. And starting here on the 4th quarter, we have Riverside 34, Canutillo 14. 2nd and 10 here for Riverside. Erin Gutierrez decides to keep it, and he's going to gain about 1 yard, but not after Aaron Martinez is there for the pancake. So it's 3rd and 9. Interesting play here coming up here for the Rangers. That was a good play. Looked like a screen pass to Johnny Sanchez, who gained 6, but that's going to leave them short for the 1st down. Tackle made by Eddie Rascon. So Riverside decides to keep playing here instead of a field goal, and let's see if they can get the 1st down. Looks like they do. That's to the hands of Peter Carrion. Gain of 9. Erin Gutierrez is now 19 of 21 for 262 yards. So here comes the Riverside knocking on the door on a 1st and 10. Looks like a complete pass to Andy Gabaldon, who gets another touchdown. Make that his 3rd touchdown. 10 catches, a 166 yards. Winning on the extra point. This time it does go through. So now it looks like a blowout here on the 4th. Riverside Rangers 41 and Canutillo struggling at 14. Canutillo with a good return. Make that 25.
Holding, receiving team.
But that penalty is going to bring them back. That was holding by Noel Dorado. So now they're starting at their own 14-yard line. New wide receiver Mike Garcia joins the receivers here on a 1st and 10. Looks like we have 4 wide receivers here. Team Vasquez lets it go. And Josue de la Rosa is there to catch it for a short slant. A gain of 14. Tackled by Daniel Ramirez. 1st and 10 here for Canutillo. Another pass, another successful catch. Now he has room. He's beaten all the defensive backs, and that's a touchdown. That was David Sierra with an excellent catch. He got on his bicycle, and nobody could catch up to him afterwards. So now they're here, ready for the extra point. That is good. So now they cut the lead. Riverside up 41, and the Eagles trying to catch up here in the 4th at 21. We're witnessing here the kickoff return. That was a 14-yard return by Andy Zamora, tackled by Jorge Sanchez. So let's see if Riverside will burn up some of this clock time. Looks like they're starting to by running the ball. That was Johnny Sanchez for a gain of 5, tackled by Alex Rodriguez. So 2nd and 5 here for Riverside. Another run. Doesn't get enough. That was Aaron Martinez for the stop. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for Riverside at their own 39. Going for a pass, and they successfully get that first down. That was Peter Carrion, who's also having an excellent day. That's 8 catches for him, 101 yards with 2 touchdowns. 1st and 10 Riverside here. We got about 7 minutes remaining. That was almost deflected, but Peter Carrion was there with his excellent hands for a gain of 14 and another first down for Riverside. Now they're on Canutillo's 36-yard line. Running back down, almost a first down. Let's see if he got enough. The referees are calling it a first down, but Canutillo's gonna challenge the spot of the ball.
Upon further review, the runner was stopped short of the first down. No timeout will be charged.
Good call on the coach, so that's gonna make it a 2nd and inches. And Riverside getting ready here to run the ball. Hand off to the running back. He muscles his way for a first down. That was Johnny Sanchez for a gain of 4, and Alex Rodriguez with a tackle. So Riverside showing great example of excellent football handling and management. They've had real good success on the ground and really good success in the air. So now they're ready here for a 1st and 10. Handoff again. This time it looks like about 2 or 3. That was Johnny Sanchez again. And tackled was by Mark Nauden. So 2nd and 7. Again to the running back. And again it's going to be about 2 and 3 yards. And again tackled by Drew. This time Drew Norris. So upcoming here is a 3rd and 4. It looks like a pass near the end zone. It's caught by Andy Gavaldon for another touchdown. 314 yards passing today. Aaron Gutierrez, the excellent quarterback for Riverside. So he is successful on 23 out of 25 and given credit for 6 touchdowns today. Amazing job by this quarterback. The extra point is good. And now we have Riverside up 48 to Canutillo 21. Canutillo running out of time here to turn the tide of the game, but they're still gonna be playing with their hearts. So now it's 1st and 10 here for Canutillo. He can't find anybody free, so he tucks the football and runs it. And Team Vasquez is gonna get 17 yards. So now they're at their own 48 with a fresh down of 1st and 10. Another pass. Passes towards the sideline. Caught by David Sierra. And that is his 3rd reception of the day. And now he has 103 yards and also 1 touchdown. So that'll make it 2nd and 2. Got about 2 minutes remaining here in the game. This time he goes to the opposite side. He completes to his receiver, Jonathan Bryant, who gains 11 yards and another first down. Stops the clock after going out of bounds. He's going to the end zone. That is gonna be incomplete. Joey Cifuentes got a finger on there and deflected that pass. Saved the Rangers from 6 points, so now it'll be 2nd and 10 for Canutillo. Coach is making a change on here. He's taking out the quarterback and bringing in a new quarterback, Drew Norris. Let's see if that can help them out a little bit. Instead of a pass, he runs down the middle. That was Drew Norris on a 1st down. So now there's a minute 42 remaining, and Canutillo has it here at Riverside's 16-yard line. Comes the play. He runs it again and again. He gets good yardage. That was 11-yard run by Drew Norris for a 1st down. So now it's 1st and goal. There's a minute and 30 remaining. Canutillo's getting ready for the play. Looks like another run. This time they can't stop him either, and he walks into the end zone. So that was Drew Norris with a rushing touchdown. The kick is good. So now it's Riverside 48 and Canutillo 28. Canutillo is going to be going here for an onside kick. And let's see if they're successful. Alright, so Riverside gets a hold of the ball. And they got about 46 seconds here for the end of the game. Aaron Gutierrez takes a knee. And Canutillo will be calling a timeout. So it'll be 2nd and 11 here for Riverside. So Aaron Gutierrez will again take a knee. Another timeout here by Canutillo, hoping to recover this ball somehow. So Canutillo will take their last timeout. It looks like that was, no, they have one left. It's 4th and 13. Looks like they will get one last possession on here. There's a flag. But they pick it up and they call no penalty. So now Canutillo gets the ball here at their own 20 with about 35 seconds remaining in the game. Drew Norris passes long, but there's good protection downfield. That was intended to David Sierra. Tresmon Herden was there, jumps in front of the ball and knocks it down. Great play. 2nd and 10, 28 seconds. Another pass, Drew Norris. He's going to get sacked by Gus Munoz. Gus Munoz bull rushes his opponent and takes the sack. So there's about 8 seconds remaining. Let's see if they have enough time to run the play. It'll be their last play. No, they don't. That's the end of the game. It's a blowout here in the Tom Work Riverfront Stadium. The Rangers takes this one 48 to Canutillo 28.